So, the trial was over before this had ever started. The results are happening now. The outcome will be up to you entirely, between you and the maker of these words. You will be guided safely home. Always. You were never not safe. So there's no need to panic, because you're going home the right way. The world might blow up around you. You might be preserved to carry on, or you might be done. Those who blow up did not carry the wisdom that our source of these words gave us. That doesn't stop them or you or the others, anyone involved, from receiving the promise that is kept. That is the promise. Saved. You are saved. You're okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. Now, there's no limit to its forgiveness. That doesn't mean you're innocent, though some of you are, for sure. We should be honoring those. They're easy to hear. They're the ones that hurt you the most with the words. Now, believe me, they didn't want to do that, but that's the sword. The spiritual word of truth means we're taking a piece of that edge and chance and cutting ourselves with it if we're not careful how we dance with these words now. So if I dance with you, it's not to disable you entirely, though I may have to disarm you somehow. That would be great if you understood. Then we would disarm ourselves to have a conversation that didn't need to be armed against the other because of the lack thereof. Just because the words are coming out of my mouth doesn't mean they are not valuable. They certainly will. Carry on, my wayward son. There is peace. We are finished. It is done. Thank you. That's all you needed to know. So, don't fight back. That's the best part. Let it go. If they choose to fight, they lose. Though they win, there's still more to this show. And that's the after party. Something different entirely. That's what I know. I may not give you what I know through my own empirical way of it, because it's not something you could put your hands on. This is something I experienced through death, through real physical death, and then death, and then psychological death, and then more death, and then death. So, just lots of that. Begin to discover new ways to live, free from its potency. Like when you were children, you get hurt. It hurt more then than it does when you get older because you're used to it now. That's not to desensitize. That could push you again away from the results, which is letting go. That you need to do and maintain your bliss. Just kids at recess waiting for the world to decide which way it wants to go. Just like the show. Pick your character. Make yours. That's why we look at each other, of course, to recreate that experience for yourself. And sometimes you need new experiences to do that now, because the old ones weren't helping out. So, if you find that's true, again, the only one that's going to help you is you. Does it mean letting go of things that you loved? Probably. But you gotta ask yourself, when you really learn to love yourself, is that why they didn't like it when you told them? That's the way you love yourself now, too? Probably. If not, most likely, that is the case. Otherwise, you just need to be patient to give them words that allow them to hear you differently, because we're growing together. We're all either a different leaf, same tree, a different nut, same trunk, different trunk, same tap, different tap, same root, different root, same source. All of it. From the permanence and into itself, from nothing came something, and life began. The big, quote-unquote, bang. And there are those who have been here for the entirety of that time, still are to this day. That's what it means to be of God's permanence. Doesn't necessarily mean you're touching it, but the experience is forever. That's the truth. That's your truth. It's its truth. If it's not, I wouldn't know you today, because we're not the same. That still doesn't give you the right to hurt me, because you don't like what I said. I like what I said, or I wouldn't have said it. I only mean to say that sometimes if I say things and it hurts, I don't like it any more than you do. And it took a lot for me to get to that point. I just don't tolerate bullying, inconsistency of facts, or with it, likewise, the manipulation of a global programming. If you're going to simplify that global program, then you need to step away from its source to be with the source, which you find in the air, and here with your peace. And you have to rest your thoughts entirely to be with it as one, but you have to feel it as one and let it do that. Keep doing it. You build a relation with everything. You build a relationship with life, but that's God. So you're God, that's God, everything's God, everything is, that's God. You're in it. Not to win it, you already have what you want, and that's what I mean. We'll be safe when it's done. Everyone gets the promise, which is you are saved. So a promise kept is a promise saved. You're saved. So again, I didn't need to say it. It's okay that I do. I'll say it as many times as it takes for it to stick with you. It's finished. Everything is okay. It's done.